Dan, can you hear us? Hermanos, ¿alcanzas a mirar? ¿Se nos escucha?
Sí, aquí estoy. ¿Me escuchan?
Sí, se mira la agenda en la pantalla. Okay, so then we're ready to go. Doctora, everything's there.
I'm ready.
She asked Dr. Monahan to
To
did it, yeah.
Okay.
Because she's ready.
Dr. Monahan.
Is Dr. Regina gonna leave? Is
She wants you to leave.
Okay. Please pull up my second.
So there's pizza and salad, water, feel free.
Is Dr. Monahan there?
Indeed, I'm pulling up my agenda right now. It'll be ready to start very shortly.
I can participate, but I would prefer you, since you're there in person, if you could run the meeting, I would be glad to
Perfect.
pop in. Sorry, folks, long drive from Las Cruces.
I know it well. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is 5:13 in the afternoon, and we're going to hold our August meeting of the Governing Council of Christine Duncan Heritage Academy. Welcome, everyone. And before we start, thank you, Dr. McCullough and Paul. Paul, what's your last name? Sanjanas, for the tour that a number of us who are the Governing Council regarding the improvements and potential improvements to our facility. So thank you. So we'll have a roll call now, and we'll do it. I forgot what it's called. This, well, Alex isn't here. Dr. Medina,
Present.
Edward Monahan, present. Sylvia Ferrandino,
Present.
Alex Alvarez,
Alex said she would not be
right.
here.
Elba Garcia,
Present.
Naomi Shimei, Pamela Tagasteco, and Timothy Woodward. Thank you. We have a quorum. The next thing on our agenda, next item, is the approval or disapproval of the agenda for August 20th, 2025. Do I hear a motion for approval or disapproval?
Approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Medina.
Sylvia had just bleeped in real quick, but I think.
Did she second it or just do it?
Sylvia, did you second that? Sylvia? You're on mute right now. Okay, I didn't get it, so if somebody can please second.
I'll second.
Thank you. So this is a second. Is there any discussion?
I can barely hear anything.
Okay.
Is the mic up?
Yeah, it's just being cut.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Pizza was covered.
I'll own that one, Dr. Medina. Can you hear us better now?
I can hear you.
Okay, very good.
So it was second by Pamela? Was Pamela? Okay.
And is there any discussion? Okay, in lieu of discussion, we'll hold a roll call. As soon as I can pull up the page. Dr. Medina,
Yes.
Edward Monahan, yes. Sylvia Ferrandino,
Yes.
Alex Alvarez,
She said she won't be in. She had a
Right,
meeting.
I was just, yeah,
Roll call.
I was just doing it. Naomi Shimei, Pamela Tagasteco,
Yes.
and Timothy Woodward.
Yes.
The agenda is approved. Approval or disapproval of meeting minutes of July 16th. Do I hear a motion for approval or disapproval?
So moved.
Dr. Medina's motions.
I second, this is Elma Garcia.
This is Elma. Oh, thank you, Elma, for the second. Is there any discussion? Okay, a little discussion. We'll have a roll call. Dr. Medina,
Yes.
everybody hit? Yes. Sylvia Ferrandino?
Yes.
Alex is not here. Ms. Elma Garcia?
Yes.
Noe Shaveri? Pamela Tagliasteco?
Yes.
And Timothy Lewis. That motion carries. Our minutes are accepted. We're on to the next section of our board meeting tonight, public comments. There'll be 3 minutes maximum for each comment. Is there anyone here that would like to provide any public comments tonight? Or is anyone online? All right, I don't think we have any public comments, so we'll go ahead and proceed. The President's report, Dr. Barbara Medina.
Hope you all enjoyed the tour, and thank you to Casey for setting that up and Dr. Mogala. I just thought it was important for the board to see some of the work that has been done that we had authorized. Any board member, I don't have anything new. Dr. Mogala, this is after our meeting with APS, correct? After the goals meeting? So I participated in a meeting with Albuquerque Public Schools board members. We're working on their goals of the board, and they wanted our input. And I will send out the APS goals for the board to review. And I think we should discuss them and align them to our achievement goals as well. I think they're pretty attainable. There was a good discussion, and that's all I have to report. Any board. Plus, I also visited the school and did a walkthrough, I think 2 weeks ago. So, any other board members have anything they wish to report about their activities?
I don't know if this is the time or not, but I just want to, is there only one water fountain for the whole school, the one that's here?
So there's 2 outside and then there's 1.
Okay, so they're,
But
okay,
they use the one in the gym mostly.
okay. Because I was just wondering if there's 600 kids, then maybe, I didn't know if there was any more outside for other kids too.
There's 2 outside.
2 more outside.
And then, Ms. Pamela, in relation to water, también we've noticed that, like in the South Campus now, we put water coolers out and we're providing the bottled water within the classrooms.
Mhm.
And then you might see it on the finance report. We have a contract with, it's here by Baskin Robbins. It's one of those water dispensary places. So the teachers, we had a bunch of water coolers left over from COVID era. We've thrown them over there. Once the teacher runs out, they just give them a code and it refills their water bottle for free. We've already paid for it.
Okay.
So yeah, we're watching that as well.
Thank you. Right. The Finance Committee report is next. Sylvia?
Sylvia, you're on mute. Can you provide the information for a finance report?
Yeah. So we had our finance meeting yesterday, Mr. Kyle and Dr. Moncada. And as you guys were able to see in the beginning part of it, there's a couple rollovers that we had from the last numbers from 24-25 from last year. And we also had a couple awards that they were included on the package that Mr. Kyle sent. And also for the for the cash liquidity, there's a point. God, I remember what it is. I just uploaded it. It's really low for the cash operational, and that's done through the summer for issues and construction and a couple other stuff that they were getting done at the school. And also they But the internet and the phones are all working really well in the other new area on the other side of the building. And that's about it.
Thank you, Sylvia. All right, Tim, the facilities committee report.
We had a tour just a few minutes ago and we just kind of went through the progress that's already been done for the bathrooms. So, like to thank Paul and Casey for their work on that. I know it's been ongoing. They really rushed during the summer to get all that done while the kids were here. So it's nice to see that actually done. As far as facilities, we're still in different progresses and stages as far as 1, 2, 3. We're going to cover the feasibility study also, but a couple of things that are complete are the pre-K bathrooms. What's in process is the middle bathroom, the loop that's almost completed, which is missing curbs and some concrete work. So there is progression. I see a lot of progression that I noticed when I visited the campus before and saw the bathrooms during the summer. So there's just a few more things that are limited or keeping us from being finished. So when we go through the feasible study, it'll kind of give us a better idea of projections also for the future as far as where we're going with the soccer field and other expectations for expansion.
So just with that, Mr. Woodard just commented on what he saw as far as what's going on as far as the facility goes. We're on phase 1. Cluster 1 bathrooms are the pre-K actually, I'm wrong. Cluster 1 are the middle school bathrooms. Cluster 3 is near completion. We're just on a punch list there, finalizing some, tweaking some things that we've noticed, and then those will be released. The building has been moved and put back together. Aside from what Mr. Santillanes is doing, we're also, I think on the school side, we've probably carpeted in excess of 20 rooms. We've currently got quotes for new windows, especially on the South Campus. We've connected IT, so we've ran fiber optics, and that was a change order that you will see. We've connected fiber optics from main campus to the South Campus, so that anything from our internet, Wi-Fi, everything runs off of our Wi-Fi or our network, including our printers, our phones, our security system. Everything's over there. We've had to iron out a couple of issues just because it's 2 different addresses, 2 different utility connections. So we've kind of tackled those as they arise, but I think we're in a good spot right now. We're currently conducting, there's about 4 fully functional classrooms over there. There's still a few that need some improvements to them, and then we'll continue to add classrooms over there as they become available. I do have Mr. Santillanes and Barge here from Diverse Development if there's any questions with regard to facilities, and they're open for comment right now. So I hear none. I see none here. Anything online? Okay, Dr. Monahan, I think we're ready to go on to the next committee report.
Thank you.
I had a question, Casey.
Uh-huh.
When I visited the new area that was Development Academy, I was concerned about the heat. Are you all tracking how hot those rooms are?
We have in fact, we've contracted with Upkeep HVAC recently, but we've only had one instance where a classroom their HVAC has gone out, and we were able to take care of that same day. Other than that, all the classrooms have fully functional air conditioning, and the students have not had to. I think the hottest a classroom would get would be maybe 75 degrees, which is very manageable.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Every room that we were in this evening had a very nice temperature, I thought. Probably a bit like high 60s or low 70s.
Yeah, it's they're actually very nice and cool. So the kids have not had to struggle or suffer at all with the heat this year. I guess we're all getting the same text.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yes. It's Shannon is trying to log in, but I don't know. She's.
Who is?
Shannon.
Oh.
Let's see.
It'll pop up there. No problem.
But I don't see her.
Tell her to use a different browser then. Okay, shall we go on to the student achievement and strategic plan?
Yes. On this committee, we have Dr. Elba Garcia and Dr. Medina. We, for the first month, we have not met during the month of July. We're going to be reviewing where we are in those 5 different goals that we have, and we'll probably be talking with Dr. McConna and Mr. Benavides about the strategic plan, the new strategic plan as it goes forward, and then the ways for measuring it. So that'll happen in the next month, I'm sure.
Right, and it's gonna be part of actually the new charter renewal, so
Right.
we'll have to combine and mesh the two.
I mean, that's what we anticipate. So we'll be meeting, I'm sure, virtually or next month. All right, thank you. Teacher report.
So, Dr. Monahan, online you will see Ms. Litzia Gonzalez Rios. She's a middle school Spanish language development, Spanish language arts teacher. She will be providing us with a teacher report today.
Hello, everyone. Just like Mr. Benavides said, I'm Litzia Rios Gonzalez. I am the middle school Spanish language arts teacher, and I will be sharing a brief update for grades 6 through 8. First, for school events, we held our open house back in July 24th, which was well attended by families. Our middle school students completed INSA beginning of the year assessments in reading and math. Our scores are not yet available, but this will give us our baseline for the year. We are going to be completing language usage tomorrow. As part of our Spanish language arts curriculum, students will be participating in Hispanic Heritage Month projects that highlight Spanish-speaking countries and influential Hispanic figures. Teachers have also assigned for various school committees to support collaboration and campus-wide initiatives. I would also like to share about one of our major highlights this year, that is our middle school schedule. With this schedule, all teachers now see students every day, all classes every day, which is helping us build stronger relationships and providing consistent academic support. It also allows for I'm sorry, my cat. It allows for smaller class groups in Spanish and English, giving us the opportunity to differentiate instruction, target interventions more effectively, and better support both advanced and struggling learners. And this is a huge benefit for student growth. For student testing and data tools, in addition to INSA, we are now going to be implementing AMIRA, our new reading assessment tool. AMIRA will help us measure reading fluency, comprehension, and other literacy skills. It will give us detailed, ongoing process, and we'll be able to track the progress of our students. And so that way we can respond more quickly to the students' need in literacy. And finally, for my wish list, I would like to expand our classroom libraries with more authentic Spanish language text to engage students with relevant material. And not only in classroom, but also as a library. I know we have a library, but we don't have a lot of Spanish speaking text and books available for students. I would also like to ask for the renewal of Nucela. It is a platform that provides a lot of text and it provides a differentiated reading, not only in Spanish, but also English in both. And it's really helpful for language teachers. And the last thing is also the renewal of Bloxy. This is a platform that we use to monitor and guide our students when they use technology. And it will help us have a safety and productive learning while they use the computers. That is all on my end. Thank you, Governing Council, for your ongoing commitment and support to our school and students.
Thank you, Ms. Litia. Any questions? Okay.
All right. And our last report is the principal's report. That's what we call it? Or
Yeah.
actually, Mr. Benavides? I'm so used to that. Sorry, I'll have to.
I forget about it too.
Yeah, that's why he slapped me over here.
That's right.
I'm having a little, let me get this principal report up. I do see it, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, as you recall, in the last couple of principals report, we start off with the projections and the student enrollment. We continue to remain pretty much, we're on the up and up. As you all recall, it doesn't say right there, but I believe, and Kylie can correct me if I'm wrong, but we projected 503? Okay, so we projected 503 as far as the state went, K through 8. So if you look at last year, 24-25, last year 24-25 was the blue. Our projections is the orange, and the actual 25-26. Gracias, señora. The actual is the green. So you'll see on pre-K, with our 4th classroom that we opened, we're at 70 students, just short of what we projected. In kindergarten, we had so many students on our waiting list, we decided to open up a 4th class. So that one is completely full. Our exceeded our projections, and that was we're at 70. So we went 15 more students on kindergarten than what we had last year. We remained very stable at 1st grade with 60 students. We're growing just slightly from last year to this year in 2nd grade, so we're at 61. This one, 3rd grade, I was seeing is a little bit low as far as what we projected, but still higher than last year at 55. 4th grade, we're remaining consistent, 61. We had a huge jump in 5th grade, and that's due to, as you recall, we've added a third class in every grade level. Last year it was up to 4th grade. This year we're at 5th grade. That's why we see a huge increase from 39 last year to 63 this year. We've had 6th grade. 6th grade's a lot of the times kids kind of experiment, go on to bigger middle schools. So this is a little bit that the grade we need to work on right now. Last year we were at 56, and this year we're at 43. So we're aiming to bump this up a little bit more.
Last year we had 39 and it was more.
Right. So last year, oh, sorry.
Oh, from the 5th to the 6th, yeah.
For 5th to 6th. But this, so in 2024, as I'm reading here, we had 56 students in 6th grade. This year we have 43. So
we had 39.
39
graders
grade,
last
yes.
year, so we actually gained more students in the 6th grade.
Right. It's been historically a smaller class for whatever reason. So we did gain a little bit if you look at it from 5th to 6th grade. 7th grade, we are exceeding projections at 56. And I think we're at our cap in that class and a few of the others. And then in 8th grade, we're at 49, and that holds consistent to what we had, but a little bit more than last year if you compare 7th grade to 8th grade.
So 6th grade was low.
Yeah. Sixth grade looks low, but it's actually 4 more than what we had last year. But we continue to advertise that we're still accepting students in certain grade levels. Those of you parents here, you're probably still getting those robocalls at least once a week that we're accepting positions. We just let them know if they know somebody that would like to attend our school to please send them our way. And it's working. Yesterday, I think we took 3 students alone just yesterday. We have an 8th grader coming in. We have a 4th grader coming in. So these numbers are going to constantly grow. But total, we're at 518, and we projected 503. So even with that, we're still 15 over.
We're actually 588, including pre-K.
588, including pre-K, but our projections with the state were 15 over. So we're still good. We'll still get that supplement. What is it called?
The mid-year growth.
The
From
mid,
the 40-day growth.
yeah. As long as we maintain over 503 for 40th and 80th, we'll get the bump, the supplemental February, March.
Yeah, so they adjust our unit value and our counts
Yeah.
from what our prior year enrollment was to this year. Because we sent in the projection last year, this year, they true it up and then give us the adjustment for it.
Kyle, was the projection, the August 25 projection or another projection that we sent to the state? When we sent the projection to the state, was it the August 25 projection or another projection?
No, it was even earlier. We actually do it in October.
Okay.
So this October, we will already project for FY 27 next year.
So it's not to be compared with it. We should be worried about a 30.
Yeah. So my budget projection is done in October, and it is much lower than all of
The 580.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
the August was just what we were aiming for the class sizes.
It just won't impact the budget.
No, not at
Okay.
all. As long as we stay over the 503, as Casey had mentioned.
Okay.
Pre-K is its own thing, and luckily we don't have any trouble with that enrollment in itself. But for the operational, as long as kindergartners through 8th grade stay over 503.
Thank you.
And I think what Dr. Monahan might have been wondering is how did we come up with that projection of 503?
Was
I was just, the only thing I was concerned about is that when you see the difference between an August 2025 projection and a current enrollment of negative 30 students, my concern was the budget, but Kyle explained that it's not this, that's not the projection that you sent to the state that you base your budget on. So
No.
that's good.
Yeah, that's just our own internal earmarks for what we were aiming to open the year.
I see. Yeah, that's good. I just was worried about the impact.
Of course.
No.
Okay.
I'd be stressing and sweating a little more in this meeting if that was
Okay,
it.
so just those of you who wonder about the projection, so we get a count from the state 40th and 80th day. If our projections, like let's say in this case, we projected 503 and we go over, we get paid for the overage in March, April, who knows, whenever the state decides to pay us. But if we project lower, if we indeed, or if we get lower students than what we projected, we have to pay back the state. So that's kind of why it's very important we go with a conservative projection. That way we always aim to get money back instead of have to pay money back. Okay, so just going on to the strategic plan items. So yeah, we're 15 students over currently on our projection from the 503. I'm gonna go through some of these things we've already kind of covered with the facilities plan, but we have with Equity Council, there's a lot of things going on with the Martinez-Yazzie Action Plan regional community meetings right now. As a matter of fact, Ms. Brambila and 2 other staff members are at one of these meetings as we speak. They're actually today, tomorrow, they're ongoing. So we're sending staff to those. But with regard to facilities and restrooms, we kind of went over this, but everything's moving along quite nicely. As you can see, you have a feasibility study right now, and you will also notice that Paul and Barsh left from Diverse Solutions. His intent is for you to look this over. It's a lot to consume. And it's more like a long-term plan of, you know, what we aim at the end of when our complex is all done. So please take it home, look at it. If you have any issues, he's gonna, the next board meeting, once you guys go over it, he'll make sure to have a session set up for any question and answers. Otherwise, we could get consumed with this feasibility study for the entire GC meeting. So I told him that would be a better idea, just to send you all home with some homework. But by and large, as I mentioned, the construction project is going as planned. We're making sure we limit the change orders by the contractor. Some of those I take control of myself, and if I can, for example, get a side contractor to do doors for much cheaper, we'll get these door people in, or if we can get side instead of a change order. So anyway, we're being frugal with our money. That way we can get the most accomplished with what we have currently before we can start looking at phase 2 and phase 3. So having said that, you'll see a couple of things here. The loop is in the process. The building has been completed. Moving of the portable was completed. The new pre-K classroom is completed, and there's actually kids working in there. Everything's on track. So we're just kind of living with them here, and everything seems to be going okay. For domain, I think that's all. Domain 2, employees, we're fully staffed right now. We do have, I think last count, Dr. Moncada, 29 new employees. The only hiring we still need to do currently is for an additional custodian. And part of that is just due to the increase in size of our campus. We need some more people to come on in and help us clean. We have 2 more teacher residents from New Mexico Highlands University. So Ms. Carla Olivas from New Mexico Highlands, and then Jennifer Lopez will also be joining us from New Mexico Highlands University. So I believe that makes a total of 9 residents. So we're very fortunate to have all these 9 residents. And it's working out very nicely because these residents, it makes it easy when it comes to hiring time, because we have the residents and then we have the fellows, and they kind of grow into any of the positions that come available here. So we're kind of growing our own.
The Highland residents, the 2 we added are dual certification.
Okay.
So they're general ed and special ed and
So-
bilingual.
So the 2 that we just, Dr. Moncada mentioned, I'll mention to those online, are dual certification. They're special education and general education. Okay. So we had some teachers through New Mexico Public Education Department attend math training and numeros training. And this was earlier on in the year, I believe, our first week of school, correct? And so they were at these trainings. We sent a lot of our math curriculum teachers, of course, but also some of the science teachers as well. So there's going to be letters training. We're doing a lot of training right now. Letters will continue for all new employees. Any questions thus far?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The teacher fellows are not allowed to be in the classroom on their own, unsupervised, is that correct?
Correct.
And then secondly, we had a conversation with the staff on the importance of improving our math scores. That's one area we did not move in. It would seem to me if we could set some targets, some real specific targets of where we want to be, that would be great.
I thought we're working on, or we actually have those already, Dr. Medina.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Each grade level has an action plan.
So Dr. Rivera is letting me know that each grade level has an action plan with goals?
With goals
Yes.
and a specific.
When would we have access to those?
Well,
Yeah, we can have, you can have access to those, if not tonight, by Friday for sure. I'll have Dr. Rivera share those with you all.
We've worked, I know our group has worked with you on the summative goals over the next 5 years. Do you also have short cycle goals throughout the year? Okay, that's maybe what she's interested in. Thank you.
So with domain 3, structured literacy support school grant, we've received the literacy state development CLSD mini grant for the purchase of Vista Higher Learning English language, early and pre-K Hegarty, and secondary interventions grants for a total of $85,000. So these, as grants go, there's requirements for the grants, and they require NMPED trainings for our teachers. Myself, Dr. Rivera, and Ms. Lee Adams, we went to NMPD. It was an MLSS Academy on last Wednesday, the 13th. That was a required training and part of the structured literacy grant. We will also step up to writing, which I believe is another grant, and so we're working a lot with math and reading, just in short, this year. Let's see. For domain 4 culture shift, a lot of this is stuff already, but there's a new lesson plan template that we've incorporated. It's in pre-K through second grade? So pre-K through second grade. It's a little twist on what we had before, but it's a lot of more targeted for these early students. Okay, so bilingual seal. We're working on recruiting. We're going to have bilingual seal as well this year, but we're working currently for sponsors for this school year. We're getting together a schedule, and then along with bilingual seal, especially for our 8th graders, we're again going to offer AP Spanish. And I'm not sure if this has been mentioned, but we had 28 students who tested for the AP Spanish last year. We had a projection or a goal, being very conservative, that 45% of those tested would pass. With the year they had last year, we were pleased when all of them, 100%, passed with a 3 or better. 2 of them passed with a 5 or better. A 5, which is the highest you can get on the AP exam. So if that translates to college credits, the 5s get up to 15 credit hours in college, and then they do get high school credit as well. The 4s will get up to, I believe it's 9 credit hours, and the 3s get 6 credit hours, depends on what college they go to. We continue to advertise through a bunch of different venues. We are advertising through radio station right now, La Tremenda. We're using Univision, and we still have our kiosk over at Coronado Mall, I believe. So I make it a point to do a kind of interview, not to say you can or cannot attend, but just to let them know how incoming new students are, what our requirements, what our school's like. After I do my spiel, it's their position to take or not take. But one of the questions we ask is, how did you hear about Christine Duncan? We're always interested to see. A lot of it, sometimes it is from the radio station, sometimes it is from advertising, but it's good to see that also word of mouth is our reputation's getting out there. We get a lot of, I heard from so-and-so that you guys have a great school going on, so that's always great to hear as well. I believe that is it for me. I hope I stayed under my 10 minutes allotted. Dr. Medina? Okay, Dr. Monahan, I'll go back to the agenda. Any questions for me?
I have 2 questions.
Yes, ma'am.
The teacher brought up the issue of more materials in Spanish and 2 projects or 2, I think it's software that we don't use anymore. Will someone follow up with her and see what those are or what the cost of her requests are.
We're already renewing a few of the software she mentioned at the end, such as Nucella and Loxy and stuff like that. So I think it's more so just acquiring library materials that she suggested.
Did you hear that, Dr. Medina?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can.
What was your second question, Dr. Medina?
It was a hard question. I do think we need to take a look at, especially since we're renewing our charter at the board, the Albuquerque school board's objectives and try to align our objectives to their objectives, their goals for the next 5 years.
Definitely, Chair. Thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Benavides, for the principal's report. And we're on to the discussion action items. It's 5:53 p.m. We are not going to meet the record pace set that Dr. Medina did in the July meeting, where she concluded in an hour. But we're going to go forward and start with the budget update in bars by Kyle Hunt.
Casey, if you'd mind sharing the report. So I sent these out Friday. These reports are mainly just our cash report and bars from June and some bars I did in July. Since July is the first month of our fiscal year, we're still reconciling the bank account for the month of July, so I didn't actually present that report, and we will bring that in our September meeting. Okay. Perfect. So we do have quite a few bars. Well, it's actually better for me to be over here. All right. We do have quite a few bars. They do go by naming convention 001-118. That is our location code within APS. And then the next four numbers is 2425, 2526, designate the year for the bar. So 5 of these bars from 40 all the way to 46 are for last year. These are just basic budget cleanups, adjust for expenditures and indirect tax collection costs. PED changed the way we code one specific function, so we had to move budget in our gear up. Our 2 food service funds, we had a little bit more cash that we got in June, so I wanted to add that to make sure that we could expense those out and not cost operational as much dollars as possible. And then we have 3 new awards for this year that we're talking about. One for $85,000 for CLSD literacy support. It's an award that we got through APS and PD. It was for $110,000. We got $85,000 of it within APS, and it goes directly to professional development and student software support licensures. We have 352 for REC and Ed Fellows. We knew we were getting the Ed Fellows, but it's always up in the air about how many fundings our fellows are actually going to fund us for. This is for 8 Ed Fellows. And then bar number 3, I don't actually have a fund number for it, but it's for a teacher residency program with Northern New Mexico. We are paying them a full $60,000, and Northern's giving us their $35,000 stipend. The ones at Highlands and the ones at Western, we just pay $25,000, and they get their residency stipend directly through the college. But since the residency program is a state legislative award, it flows through college to us, to the resident, or from the college to the resident directly, just depending on where they're enrolled and work out. But it's for $175. It's now actually going to be $140 because we did just lose one of our northern residents. Going down, as Sylvia had mentioned, we did drop a lot of our cash. We dropped all the way to $858,000 from almost $2 million at the beginning of July. As she mentioned, we had a lot of our June bills. We issued a lot of payments to close out the fiscal year. And then we did have all the construction projects. When I worked with Casey and Dr. Moncada about what's our budget for, Paul, what's our budget for this year for these construction projects? You know, I'm like, we have $1 million, but 500,000 of it is based in our HB 33 or SB 9, which is when property taxes are paid. So we don't see those large distributions until December and June of each year. So we're going to have the budget, and overall our budget's fine, but we definitely expended that cash while we're gonna be waiting on it from the actual county tax collection costs. We've started moving on all of the other RFRs and other things like that to bring this back up. But July is just always a heavy month in terms of spending out. We also have our property and liability insurance for the entire year, all due in July, and that's $140,000 as well. So just a lot of expending right out of the gate. It will catch back up, and as we saw last year, it'll just slowly climb as we get our reimbursements moving. Overall, with our FY25 budget and expenditures, this is a very preliminary budget. Our budget's $13 million. And with all of our contracts booked, all of our payroll, all of our POs open, we have encumbered or expended almost 12 million. So we still have $1 million plus in difference. A lot of that's cash carryover though. So we're still operating at a surplus, but as we get some of these other budgets added in, we'll get a more clear picture of where we're actually at with all of our federal awards and how much operational is actually having to subsidize some of those other programs. All right, so I'm just gonna push through these really quick. If you do have questions on any of the bars, please come by or send me an email, just because they're very basic for the most part. I moved $4,000 from these two codes just to keep us in budget compliance, because one projection PED gave me earlier in the year was slightly off. Here, again, PED changed the function code, and we had to move professional development from 1,000 to now 2,200. All right, let's see. This, we did add a budget. We got $28,000 of additional budget for the supper program. So we got to expend that money before the year end. $11,000 from the state universal meal program. And then a net zero. So I do want to stop and talk about this one. This is a bar for $300,000 in our operational fund, pulling from our instruction, our classroom, and pulling from our student support services, $300,000 to pay for construction services. When we started all these projects and stuff like that, we knew we had the funding and how everything was laid out, and we do have a large cash balance in our operational cash to cover all of this, but it's more so the timing on some of these things. We had a $80,000 special appropriation last year from the legislature, and we got another $125,000 this year. We were supposed to try and spend the $80,000 last year, but as I went to input it in, CPMS, the capital project monitoring software, it's been down for 3 months. So we weren't actually able to get it back in this year. We still have the award for the next 3 years, and we're going to expend it now, but we didn't actually get it. So we got $300,000 out of operational funds for our construction projects that we happened over the summer. I just want you to keep that number in mind as we talk about the next report. These are just based on the award letters that follow each of them. So feel free to read through them. Again, $54,000 to purchase Vista Higher Learning, very specific grant and how we should be able to expend it. $46,000 to expend at Voyagers for Sopris, our Ed Fellows. Too much. A little more down.
More?
No, down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's actually really exhausting, moving that with my arm too. I don't know like how teachers do that. I could not. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Keep going. This is a very long MOU based on our teacher residency program with Northern. All right, perfect, right here. This is our final reports that we submit to PED by July 31st to close it up. It's a statutory requirement. They provide all these documents and then we just check off the stuff. We're going to be visiting over the cash report. I've already given you guys the bank statement for June. And a part of completing the cash report is uploading our actual expenditures and revenues into the state system. Then this 925 is a salary certification, making sure that we pay all of our teachers and our staff appropriately, that we're tracking if they're full FTEs. Yeah, keep going. All right, perfect. And then there was updating stuff. So this is the cash report, and I'm only gonna go over this one section just so you guys can get a brief overview of how to read it. Can you scroll to where we only see the operational and the left side? And then down a little bit. Or can everyone read that on the screen? All right.
I can't zoom in anymore, so.
Okay, well, this is the PED cash report. It is basically an statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance, or an income statement if we were a business, along with a balance sheet. So kind of both your core financial statements mixed into one. And this is how we report all of our spending throughout the year to the NMP. This is just for operational fund I'm gonna go over, but you guys can go over all the other funds on your own to look at them. But for operational, don't do.
Which way? Down?
Yeah, back up a little bit. Oh, I'm just making it worse.
Tell me when.
Keep going. There we go. All right. $954,000 of total cash balance of 6/30/24. That is what we entered the year with. We started the year with almost $1 million in cash carryover to take into our budget for this year. We collected almost $8 million in SCG revenue from our student count, from our student fees, from the rent from ATDA. They gave us $8.8 million of resources revenue, cash carryover to use. We expended 7.9, and we had $10,000 of corrections from prior year audits where we left little funds negative across our balance sheet, and we had to send that money to those funds to correct them. So that left us with $850,000. When we did our projections for our FY26 budget, I thought that number was going to be about $1 million. So we did miss it by $200,000 or $160,000. That's unfortunate. And that $1 million that I did in the budget was very conservative. However, we did spend $300,000 of our operational budget on construction costs, one-time construction costs. We're not repeating those, So in reality, this should have been closer to 11 or 1.1 million, 1.2 million, as opposed to 850,000. Once we account for the fact that, we didn't want to wait on some of our cash flow for some of our capital projects, and we just decided to keep pushing. And then it adds in payroll liabilities. It's not normally 600,000, but that is. And then if you keep going down, Casey, it does it for all of the funds. And then you can go a little to the right, please. And a little bit more down. Oh, these Zoom people are in the way on our side. And then basically this fund or this report adds them all back, go down a little bit more, and then we tie them back to our bank accounts. This is how they check and make sure, it's one of their controls to make sure we're not defrauding, that we're appropriately tracking our cash and our expenditures, other things like that. And it is a very valuable insight because it does give you guys kind of how each fund performed over the year. But I will be bringing to you guys, we do these quarterly to the PED, so I do bring them at the end of each quarter as we prepare them. Other than that, that's all I have for the finance packets. It's really just that. Please look over them. If you guys do have any questions, call me, and we can talk about them in depth. Or if there's any questions now, I'm definitely happy to answer.
So you think that the carryover will be very similar to last year, about $1 million, roughly?
So it should be right at that under 800.
Yeah, 50,000.
Yeah. So that's barring any minor audit adjustments for that. 850 is pretty much very similar. So we came in with 950. We left with 850. So technically we ran at a deficit of $100,000. But when we talk about $300,000 of that of that expenditures being construction costs. Our payroll or other things didn't bring us into that deficit. It was just these expansions or these one-time costs.
Are there any questions for Mr. Hood?
So Kyle, all our title programs were reinstated as of June 15th, Title III, Title I.
Correct. We, APS is no longer distributing Title III dollars to charter schools, but we do have our Title I, our IDFE, and our Title II released.
And what was the rationale for not distributing Title III?
I believe they just said that,
They're gonna do professional development and invite the charter schools.
yeah, they think they can do a better Title III program across the entire district than giving it. I think it's because a lot of other charters don't utilize their Title III dollars well. They let them sit and then APS ends up losing grant money because of it.
The state's budget forecast today, as presented, looks like a great budget, 500 million, I think, but the state will also have to take care of the costs of the Medicare issue in the state, which we have a 44% rate. But I would anticipate, I mean, where we've been the last few years of giving 3% increases a year, I'm not sure that's going to hold. So I think we should be conservative this year. And also, I think our portion of NIMSIA, if we participate in the health insurance, is also going to increase. So I would just encourage us to be conservative in our carry forwards.
Definitely. And we always are, like I said, when we did our initial one, before I realized the kind of the timing of some of the summer projects, we initially projected $1 million in carryover. And if we didn't have to carry those construction costs, we would have had almost 1.15. So we're definitely on the conservative end. And I think we're going to continue that same pattern because I know it's so turbulent with everything else happening at the federal level.
Any further questions for Kyle?
What kinds of motions, what individual bars do you need approved, or you want the report as
You can just
submitted?
take an action on item A to approve all the bars, vouchers, and financials, because you're supposed to approve the cash report as per APS now, and you technically already approved the 24-25 bars with your motion in May, but we did bring them back to you guys to full review. And I do need approval on 1, 2, and 3. But the action itself on A is fine.
I move to approve the budget update and bars as submitted tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Medina. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Timothy Woodward seconds. Is there any discussion? Roll call on approving the approval for budget update bars, letter A. Dr. Barbara Medina?
Yes.
Dr. Monahan? Yes. Ms. Sylvia Ferreiro?
Yeah.
Ms. Alex Alvarez? Mrs. Elma Garcia? Mrs. Elma Garcia, are you available? No.
I don't see it on mine.
Okay. Mrs. Noemi Chevere?
Yes.
She was trying to get.
She's there now, but she's on
I think she
mute.
signed yes. With
But
her.
she said yes.
She said yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Pamela Tagastego?
Yes.
And Timothy Wilmer? Yes. Motion carries. Thank you, Kai. All right, letter B is approval, action of approval or disapproval of an amendment to the school's organizational chart. There's a chart presented to governing council that Dr. Makata sent out. It is available in the Google Drive. Who would like to address it, Dr. Makata or Mr. Benavides?
Let me find it.
Just
here.
that.
The org chart?
I believe it's just added me.
Well, I think there were two issues, is it the one that you presented to me, Dr. Mokaba?
And I revised it and I sent it to you.
In the one, the Google Drive, I believe. Yeah, there you go.
Let me see the revised one. I haven't seen it.
Just the way you wanted it, Doctor.
Do you want to present on it, Dr. McCullough? Talk about what
Sure.
changed or what would you like to?
So we've been going back and forth on it. So what we did is we had APS in the top, governing council, executive director, and then I put business manager here with finance and human resources, and then Mr. Benavides here as principal, and then arrows to what he'll be doing and who will be helping him.
That's the new position.
So eventually we'll move out of turnaround coach, and we'll have somebody for curriculum and instruction director.
So that position is currently
Very better.
it's okay.
It's just labeled differently right now. It's turnaround coach instead of curriculum and instruction director, but it's pretty much by and large the same position.
Okay. I have a question. You have the principal there, and the principal is going to be, I'm assuming that the lines infer that those are not staff, they're lines of responsibility. So the principal is supervising the special ed director.
Correct.
And supervising the curriculum instruction director and the assistant principal.
Yes, it's supposed to.
Yes.
But the principal does not, then Mr. Benavides would not be supervising office staff or custodians or teaching staff.
Well,
I
yeah,
do,
but they're all together. That's why
Yeah.
they're the same colors.
Okay, so that's.
Yes,
different.
through his reporting. If you
That's
see,
different.
look on the line, it's a through line for the report.
So that through line means that the principal will be working with the assistant principal jointly.
Correct.
To supervise office staff and teaching staff and custodians, right? The
Correct.
educational assistants?
yes.
Okay. That was my question.
And say here, he'll be working with this person to work with this people.
Okay. Is there any significance to the box, like the assistant principal has the sort of dashed lines around there? Does that
No.
mean anything?
No.
Oh.
It's just room for more lines to go out for more duties for her.
I hope you told this
Miss
Maria that. All right. Thank you. That clarifies it. Because normally in a chart, that when you have a straight line, it goes directly to. But now that you have combined assistant principal and the principal for all those four, it makes sense. Because it would be a lot of supervision for an assistant principal. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions regarding organizational chart?
Initially, I had all these positions under me, and after Medina was like, no, you only need to take 2. Not everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to flesh out that executive director role is then to manage all the grants and the legislative liaison and the lobbying. So I think it's how we articulate the, if we were to have a grants manager, that would be under the business services and the human resources.
Right.
It's one direct report, but it's a pretty significant report.
Yeah.
We haven't put you out to pasture, Dr. Mogala. You just are gonna work on the issues that I think are you gifted at, and also rein in all those resources for the school.
Correct.
Governing council members, do you have questions for Dr. Moncada regarding the organizational chart?
Okay, this is an action item, Dr. Monahan.
Okay. Let's see if they have.
Yeah.
Okay, therefore, let's, if there are any questions, we'll go ahead. I'll ask for approval or disapproval of the amendment to the school's organizational chart.
So moved.
Dr.
To
Medina
approve.
moves. Thank you.
Roll call.
Is there a second?
Second.
Paula, thank you, Paula. Paula seconds the motion. Is there any further discussion of the organizational chart?
This is a significant change, I think, in the growth of the school, but as we have talked about earlier, just want to make people understand it'll be an ongoing process of evaluating.
All right, thank you, Dr. Medina. Roll call, Dr. Medina,
Yes.
Edward Monahan, yes. Ms. Sylvia Ferrandino,
Yes.
Ms. Ali Alvarez, Mrs. Selma Garcia,
I don't see her.
I see her. Mrs. Noemi Shaveri,
Yes.
thank you. Ms. Pamela Tiger-Stengel,
Yes.
and Mr. Timothy Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carries. Letter C, approval or disapproval of restraints and seclusion policy that was sent to us in the Google Drive as well. It says Dr. Barbara Medina, but Julie, do you want to talk about this?
Okay.
Okay.
So the new state law is that we have a CPI team, which we have about 11 people that have been trained in CPI. And we also had to develop a seclusion and restraints policy based on the guidelines from the state. So me and our recreational therapist, Tom House, worked on this policy at the beginning of the summer. That was the only corrective action I had on our site visit for this spring, is that she wanted more detail in it. So Tom and I worked on it at the beginning of the summer and put more detail into it. And then she wanted me to send it back to the governing council to approve. So that's pretty much where we're at now. All 11 of us had our refresher training in July, except for Dr. Moncada and 2 others that had it this weekend. So I think we're all up to date on our CPI training.
So then the CPI, just to add to that, it's the crisis prevention intervention. It's just a way, if a student's having issues, you try to maintain so that they don't cause a harm to themselves or others. There's certain
And the least restrictive.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you'd call them restraints, but it's just to prevent any injury to either the student or anybody else in their vicinity. There's a training that how many trained?
I think it was about 11.
11 of
Yeah,
our staff are
11.
trained, so those people trained are authorized to do there's different holds that they can administer to students that are in need.
Thankfully, we haven't ever had to use those holds, but we are trained to do it if we needed to. But basically, the state just wanted us to put together, or the district wanted us to put together a policy just to show what our steps would be if that happened.
Do we currently have any students that would qualify to be restrained or behavioral issues?
We have a few higher need students, but at this point, like I said, we haven't had to use
But they're not
restraints
to that
on them.
level so far.
We've never gotten to that level, and I don't want to jinx it, so.
That's our last resource.
Yeah, that's our
Okay,
last resort, very last. I mean, we are trained, we have the staff to do it, but we hopefully won't ever have to do it. Like the state requires us to have a team trained to do it now. So, and we're fortunate to have the trainer on staff here, so.
But the training talks a lot about interventions, what to do to keep ourselves from getting to that point.
When you developed the policy, were you able to run this by the attorney, Mr. Hill?
I haven't run it by him, I followed the guidelines that were on the
Okay,
website,
so
so.
it's based on the PED website.
And,
I've reviewed a number of these policies for other schools, and for the most part, they're template language from the regulation.
yeah, and then I did work with the CPI trainer, which is Tom House, and so him and I worked together on it, and like Dan said, they are pretty much a template that I just have to put the steps in, so.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have Tom House as one of our contractors. So he's here doing, is it OT that he does?
RT, recreational.
Or
therapy.
recreational therapy, but he's here three times a week at least. So he's he's one of the only ones statewide that does CPI training. But we're lucky to have him here.
So I guess, Patricia just wants you guys to look it over, make sure that, just approve it and ask any questions you have about it, I guess.
Thank you, Ms. Weeks.
Yeah.
Does any governing council member have any questions for Ms. Weeks about the policy?
How will the rest of the staff be notified of the policy and know who's on the team?
It's all, I have to upload it into our website. All of the special ed policies are put onto the website and in the special ed tab, I guess.
It'll probably go in the handbook as well.
Yeah, and it probably will go in the handbook.
And then we review the handbook with all employees, so.
Okay, that answers my question, if
Yeah.
it's in the handbook.
Yeah, it is it will be put in the handbook, documenting this, so.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
If no one else has any questions, I would move to approve as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Medina. Dr. Medina has moved to approve the restraints and seclusion policy. Do I have a second? Timothy Woodward seconds. Any discussion? Roll call on approval of the restraints and seclusion policy. Dr. Medina?
Yes.
Everybody hit? Yes. Sylvia Ferradillo?
Yes.
Ali Alvarez? Mrs. Ella Garcia? Mrs. Noemi Chaveri?
Yes.
Paula Tagastego?
Yes.
And Timothy Woodward? Yes. A motion carries. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Last, I'm sorry, not last. Spoke out of turn, I'm sorry. D, work with the administrative team on a targeted professional development plan. So the background behind this discussion is that the group, the committee that works on the strategic plan, one of the goals was to learn about and provide input into the professional development plan. Dr. Moncada provided that. Some background information on this in the Google Drive, and I'm going to try to pull it up here on my own. And here's an opportunity to provide some input to Dr. Moncada and the administrative team. And I'm trying to find it. Can you pull it up?
Which one do you want?
The professional development plan? Oh, here it is. I have it. Oh, well, I can't present it though.
Oh, it's probably on the last meeting.
No, you presented right now. You sent it today.
I sent it today.
I've looked at it.
I sent it today.
The revised one.
I don't see where it is right now, but I know you've provided
It's
it.
the same one you sent me today, Doctor?
Yeah,
So let me track down
it
that.
says revised professional development.
This one?
Yeah.
That looks like it.
Mhm.
Okay. So I've reviewed it and I have a few questions. And then anyone else, please chime in. Could you go through this, Dr. Moncada? Could you scroll down? Okay, so in each one of these pillars, there's a table, right? That includes the areas identified for development. There's the evidence column, an activities column, and a next steps column. I'm kind of wondering, with any type of like plan, or I know it's not a strategic plan for the school, but usually there's a column about like who will be responsible. Have you considered putting that column there?
We put names under some of the professional development.
Uh-huh.
We have Dr. Romero, Ms. Moncada, Aranda, and myself, and Ms. Toledo. There are 5 people that we are in charge of all of this,
Of all of it, right.
all of them.
But for each specific activity that you have designed for each of the pillars, it's not going to be you doing everything, or it won't be.
It's the team. It's the team.
There will be a team, but a team will be responsible for every single one of these?
No,
Okay,
but I would like to, if you would like me to add, I would like to add.
I recommend that.
Okay. Mhm.
I would recommend it because for each activity, it's good to know who is going to be accountable for that
Sure.
from the staff.
Mhm.
That was one question I had. And the second thing is, I'd like you to consider the evidence column doesn't always seem to indicate evidence. Like it may indicate, I didn't do an example here, but could you take a look at the evidence column and see if you're going to do an activity, does the content of that evidence column measure whether the activity was accomplished? So maybe consider about what you've got in the evidence column and try to determine, is this evidence that supports that we accomplished what we set out to do?
Mhm.
And just take a look at that and revise accordingly.
Sure.
Those were my 2 recommendations after looking at it.
So this is our framework for professional development, and this is where we get information from to develop the monthly PDs for teachers. And then we also work with them through the PLCs and grade level team meetings. And the coaches.
I saw that in the plan.
And the coaches are the ones that do that. And we forgot Ms. Lee. We also have a coach from Stratford Literacy Support School Trust.
The reason I'm asking these two questions I had, just to summarize it, I'll be quiet after this. Because everybody else has information they like to be quiet on too.
How we are going to measure.
Is that when you look back, after you have after you deploy the plan, you'll want to come back and say, hey, how did we do with this? Were we successful this year? Or to what degree were we successful? If we develop for the evidence column specific ways of determining whether we were successful, it's going to make it easy on you to be able to determine that. If you have names of personnel or just positions, it doesn't matter, who are responsible, then in case there's anything lost in translation, you can go back and talk about to whoever it was responsible if things really worked well and you want to replicate an activity next year, or if the activity didn't go well, to think about why it did it and how could it be improved. So.
Yeah. See, we have the measurable outcomes in the first page,
Okay.
and we have 4 of them.
Then what does the evidence refer that to, Dr. Rivera? Well,
These are the total of the how we are going to measure if this plan works or not.
okay.
But maybe we are going to look by sets of professional development that we have in there.
Okay.
Mhm.
But then for each activity, I'd advise to do something similar to, like, for each one, come up with how do you know that worked, you know that particular activity.
Sure.
Okay.
But for me, for example, on language objectives, you list teacher survey or perception at the end, but I didn't see anything in the beginning or an inventory whether those language objectives are required to be a part of the lesson plan.
Yes, they are part of the lesson plans.
Then I would just make sure because that's your pre-inventory, is that they should be in their lesson plans. Then the post would be their teacher reflection on whether they met that objective as your evidence. That's just one example. But I applaud this work. It's really detailed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First time I've seen it. Thank you. Governing council members, anyone else have a question? Any questions you might have about the professional development plan for this year?
She did a PowerPoint there too that explains the plan.
But briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah. So you need.
As PowerPoint should be.
Were teachers, have teachers been shared with this plan? Or what is the level of the teacher contribution?
Is through the survey and PLC's reflection.
Any other questions from governing council members? Thank you for your work, Dr. Rivera, Dr. Makata, and the entire staff, administration, teaching staff, for your work in this. And I appreciate you, providing it to us so that we can give some input to, because so much rides on it, really, the success of our students.
This will be.
Well, I would just ask if the reflections can also be somewhat evaluative instead of just qualitative. I don't know how to explain that, but
Not
it
just
might be a question like, so prior to this PD, I understood at level 2, and post the professional learning, I understand language objectives at a level 4. Just some more quantitative data on teacher growth in this professional learning model.
Thank you. We also have the teachers' journal, reflection journals every PD that they quantify how much they learn or they didn't.
We get data from there too.
Get data like my level of understanding prior to the PD was 2, and my level of understanding post PD is 5.
Ah.
Awesome. Great modeling. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
¿Qué fue eso?
Any further questions on the PD plan?
I move to
E.
adopt as recommended by the staff.
So that was just a discussion. We're going to go to the approval or disapproval of change in the school calendar to change the PD from June 12th to September 9th due to required training for CLSD mini grant for writing required training. Any background you want to provide, Dr. McCullough?
So we received $85,000 on mini grants with New Mexico PD over the summer, and one of them was for writing. So they require a 1 full day of PD to explain or train the teachers on how to use the materials that we got as part of this grant. And we know writing was one of our weaknesses or areas of improvement at Christine Duncan. So we applied for this grant and we are very fortunate that we got it. But they do want a whole day of PD, and they wanted to do it now in the fall. So we looked at the calendar, we looked at September 19th. And instead of adding one more day to the teachers and spending more money, we would just cancel June 12th PD and do September 19th.
Is there a motion on the floor for approval or disapproval of this change?
I move to approve the change in the calendar according to this proposal.
Thank you, Dr. Medina. Seconds? I'll second the motion. Is there any discussion? Roll call, Dr. Medina?
Yes.
Everybody here? Yes. Sylvia Farinho?
Yes.
Elma Garcia? Noemi Chaveri?
Yes.
Pablo Tagastego? Oh, she's still there. Timothy Wilbur?
Yes.
Motion carries. F, discussion and possible approval of Panorama software system It says Dr. Medina, but who will be presenting the information?
So the only mini grant that we did not get was one for the platform to track MLSS, called Panorama. And we reached out to them and we've been in contact with them. And they're a bit pricey. We didn't think they would be that expensive, but currently we are using Synergy to track MLSS, and it's not an easy platform to use. So I've been working with Panorama, and we've gone back and forth on this one because PD uses Panorama to send out surveys for students and parents, and then they collect the data and then they report on it. And then APS also has Panorama to collect surveys. But when they mention that it also supports data, so it's like a data hub to identify students for MLSS. And then it also gives a good picture of where the student is based on the data. And there's an app that uses AI to support the teachers on strategies or skills that they can use to support the student on the MLSS plan process. And we were all amazed with the AI function in the system. So I asked him to revise that quote because I thought it was very expensive. And the first thing they took was the AI, and I told them, no, you need to leave that because that's what we liked. I think with everything going on currently and MLSS, we need to provide teachers with the tools to do a better job at tracking, identifying students, and providing supports for interventions in the classroom. So that's why I'm presenting this. And I asked Dr. Medina if she was familiar with it, and she's not. I don't know if Mr. Dan Hill knows about other schools currently using Panorama. I know Monte Mahogany just got it. They got the grant, so they'll be using it.
Yeah, I asked around. None of my schools are using it currently, but I haven't heard anything negative about it from the people I spoke to. So, and it looks, I kind of poked around their site, and it looks kind of like an interesting program. It is, as you said, it is a little bit expensive for what it is, but and for what it's worth, I reviewed the contract and didn't have any issues with the contract itself. It's just an interesting program, and we're seeing more integration of AI into teaching and education. So it's kind of an interesting approach for this as well.
So we brought in my college roommate, Jed Duggan. He's the director for MLSS with the state. And he came and trained our teachers at the beginning of the school year, and he recommended that we move into Panorama. So we have a software system that is easy for teachers to use and a place where we can track down MLSS.
What's the cost?
37,000?
I think it's, let me see that.
Yeah, what?
Because I had it on the.
Said there's no page numbers in this PDF, but it's toward the bottom where it's 27,185. Year one cost with integration fee is $37,685.
So they gave us a multi-year contract
Oh, that's it.
that would save us 10,000. And then after that, they revised it.
Okay.
And then they gave us, the revised one is for just 1 year. And it is for,
27,185.
it's 20, it's right on the bottom. It's 27,185 for a 3-year partnership
Per year.
per year.
Does it replace Synergy then? And it does more than Synergy?
No,
No?
this is, the main focus is on analysis. So it's
Okay.
like a platform, a software system to track the students and monitor their progress through that system.
Okay. I looked through the PDF prior to the meeting, that's the maximize support at the school level. I can't refer to a page number because it's just a PDF, it's just a large PDF, but it has some pretty amazing
What they show.
what it shows.
So we were delighted when he presented to us. We had a lot of questions too.
We can generate IPs too.
Oh, APs, yeah.
And
Based on
504
data.
plans, and 504
Synergy does
plans.
not do that, correct?
No,
And 504 plans. So it's very easy to click and create a plan with drop-down buttons and standards and objectives.
Everything.
Can it help teachers? I see the report on one of the pages where it shows academics, attendance, behavior, SEL. Does it break down academics for teachers so they can delve deeper? It does? Okay.
They would import all our data, our school data, all
Okay.
the test scores into the platform so that we can have a good picture of a student.
Including formative and summative data?
Mhm.
Okay, good. If I were a teacher, I'd love it.
Dr. Medina was like, we did this.
I never had any of this. What do you recommend, Dr. McCullough?
I would love to give it a try because if PD had it as a mini grant, that means it's something that's working.
How many
For other
schools are using
schools.
it?
I don't know. I know Gadsden has been using it for a long time.
It would help with all the data,
Correct. They,
you know how earlier we had, there was a lot of questions about how many kids came in for 1 year and that, and have to pull up like child per child. Would that help just summarize that data that you were looking for or no?
this is specific for MLSS. If we would like to track the progress that the students are doing in tier 2, tier 3.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what analysis.
so it's a multi-layered student support system.
Okay.
So in the past, it used to be called RTI, response to intervention. So you identify the kids that are not doing well, and then you create a plan, and you work with the parents and the data and the teacher gives interventions, and then they follow up every so often to see if those interventions are working.
And this grades that one.
Before you refer for special education services, you do interventions. And then this system allows you to have all the backup supporting documentation for a referral to special ed if that's what the data tells us that we need to do.
But it should help a teacher, like with RTI, it would be like a tier 1 and tier 2 before you get to tier 3.
Correct.
Tier 1 is your general instruction. Tier 2 are those interventions your teacher can provide in the classroom. If a teacher has access to drill down data in each subject area and color coded, I mean, I think it would make it pretty, it would facilitate his or her ability to deliver, quality
It should help us
instruction intervention.
for when I turn in our paperwork to diagnosticians too, and have the teacher,
So have a
the data that I
picture.
need, because right now
Look
when
at that.
they give me a packet, a lot of times the dia is like, nope, we don't have enough data to substantiate evaluations, but if we have this in place, it should help us.
And it
Expedite
tracks
some of those.
academics, attendance, behavior, and SEL.
So I think I didn't even know, I haven't heard too much about it, but
So, do you recommend a 1-year contract or a multiple-year contract?
If we're gonna save 10,000, it will do a multi-year for 3 years.
Is that the recommendation?
I have a feeling they're gonna love this.
Okay, so
And
The
there's-
What
motion,
budget does it come out of? Your general instructional?
It would come out of SCG.
so we'll need a motion
And they,
for this.
yeah, he broke it down on here for 1 year, what it would be.
10,000 more.
Yeah, 10,000 more for 1 year. So if we do a 1 year, it will be 37,000. Otherwise, it will be 27,000 for 3 years.
For each year, right?
Sorry, yeah.
Per year,
Per year.
20.
per year,
Per year.
27,000 per year for 3 years. But he broke it down here on how it would work. And they would have somebody assigned to our school for support.
Have any teachers been able to look at this too and give their input?
Only our current person doing analysis. And admin, Dr. Rivera. Dr. Rivera, Ms. Bandila, and Ms. Paloma Aranda and I sat together for the training.
Okay,
So there's consultation included.
okay. Do I hear a motion regarding this contract? Proposed contract?
I'll motion.
Okay. So your motion, let me see if I can get it right. Your motion is going to be approval of a $27,185 contract for 3 years with Panorama to deliver this integration data. I don't know how to put this, so you help me with this. Data integration services, or what would you say?
Panorama software system for analysis.
Panorama software system for Christine Duncan
For the analysis.
for analysis. Multiple level support services.
So do I have to say that or you're just saying?
I don't know. Is that the motion right there?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I'm like, I don't know if I support.
A good way around it is to move to approve as presented, the 3-year contract. I'd hate to be a dollar. It's not time for discussion. Let me make sure there's a motion on the floor.
So Pamela made a motion on the floor for acceptance of a 3-year contract with Panorama Partnership. And we have to have a second, if we discussed. So is there a second? I'll second. And now we'll open up for discussion.
Well, a $10,000 savings, this is Dr. Medina, seems attractive. I'd hate to tie it, it really is not $10,000. Because if we go to a 3-year contract, we have to have something for 3 years that may or may not work. Does that make sense? So year 2 and 3 are what, 27 and 27? I just hate being tied into something for 3 years if teachers aren't using it or if it doesn't work for us.
Okay.
To save 10,000, we spend what, 54,000?
So we would save 20,000 over 3 years.
But the point she's making, I think, and I don't mean to speak for Dr. Medina, but is that if you find out after 1 year that it does not meet staff's needs, the school's needs,
Then we would save.
then we're,
It's 90,000 that you're
90.
spending for 3 years. If you just try it for 1 year, it'd be the 40, but then from there you would know if it is actually
we're gonna
something that it would be.
continue
it's worth it.
Next year, we can renegotiate the contract on it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So I asked him for 1-year contract too, because I was thinking of along the same lines.
Maybe he could offer you, if you could say it would be 1 year, but we definitely, if,
Try,
by piloting it, but if it's successful, then you would continue it for the 3 more, maybe he'd be able to give you a discount.
yeah, try.
Trial for 1 year, and then can we wait it this one?
So
Trial at
we need
27.
to modify,
The motion.
the motion. Pamela, would you like to take a try at it?
I can try. So I motion for the
Panorama.
approval of the Panorama software system for MLSS for 1 year trial, depending on
Which is successful.
depending if it's successful, possible renewing for 3 more years or as needed.
So I think it's for a 1-year contract that pilots the system. And Dr. Makata will have the authority to negotiate a price that may be approved upon the $37,685. Okay, so that's the,
Actually, wait a minute, there was a motion on the floor, so you have to vote on that motion. If she wants to amend her motion, she has to say, I'm amending my motion to the second thing she said. Because there was a motion on the floor and it was seconded and there was discussion. So your choice as a facilitator is to vote on that first motion and vote it down, and then she can make a new motion that articulates what we want.
thank you, Dr.
that
Medina.
Yeah, so you have 2 motions on the floor, which you can't have.
Let's have the first motion of the 3-year contract. We had a motion and a second, and we'll vote on that first. Okay. We'll start. Dr. Medina?
No,
Dr. Monahan? No. Sylvia Farinino?
She's muted.
Sylvia, could you unmute yourself? Mrs. Noemi Chavere? Sylvia with us? Yes, she said.
Cheers.
Are we saying no to like getting the program for a year?
We're saying no to getting the program for 3 years.
Oh, for 3 years. Yeah, I think we should get it for 1 year and test it and then see how it works. And then if it works, you know, and then maybe they give you a better deal, then do it for longer.
Okay,
So I agree with Dr. Barbara.
okay, so no. Pamela Tangostego
No.
and Timothy Woodward? No. All right,
Sylvia's back.
now we're
Sorry,
back.
this is Sylvia.
Oh, hi Sylvia.
Sorry, the baby was crying, so I couldn't unmute myself for a little. Yes,
Oh. We were voting on a 3-year contract. You're saying yes to that vote? I'm just making sure.
yes.
Okay, you say yes, okay. So the vote failed. I can't, I don't know how many were yeses and nos, but
1 yes, 3, 4.
it's 4 to 1,
yes.
I think.
1 yes and 4 nos.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that motion failed. Now the new motion
Is that
that she would need to make, or somebody would need to make, is to
Amen.
purchase for 1 year with giving Dr. Moncala the authority to renegotiate.
are you making that motion, Dr. Matino? Dr. Medina?
Yes, I move to have the motion approved to purchase platform for 1 year with ability for Dr. Moncada to negotiate subsequent years.
Thank you. There is a second to that motion.
I'll second it.
Timothy Woodward seconds. Is there any further discussion on the purchase of the Panorama software system for 1 year? If not, roll call. Dr. Medina?
Yes.
Dr. Monahan? Yes. Ms. Sylvia Ferrandino?
Yes.
Ms. Silva Garcia? Ms. Noemi Chavere?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Pamela Tegestego?
Yes.
And Mr. Timothy Woodward?
Yes.
The second motion passes. Thank you all. And letter G is recommendations of agenda items for September 17th and questions, concerns, suggestions for Dr. Moncada from the Governing Council.
I would like to remind you that we'll be presenting the renewal for you at the next board meeting.
Good. The strategic plan.
And Dr. Escobedo's meeting with us on September 5th. That's a Friday at 9:30, just to check in. He wants to come and see what we're doing now that ATV moved out. And he says it's informal, but you're welcome to come. Just let me know ahead of time so we don't have a quorum. If you're interested in coming when he's coming on September 5th. It'll be nice for at least one board member to be here when he comes in.
Do you have a time?
9:30 in the morning. And
One of the things that used to be helpful from Joanna, I know we can read the website, but we're all pretty busy people. She used to send us a notice of things going on at the campus weekly so we could join if we were able.
Correct.
But we have to ensure we cannot have 5 of us here.
Correct.
Because I'd like to be here too, but
So these two.
That's why he's asking to let
maybe
him
what
know.
we do is if you would send an email, Dr. Moncada, to Governing Council, and if we can respond, then we'll make sure, if we reply all that, we won't get a quorum there. If that's helpful. Are there any other suggestions of the strategic plan and renewal?
And then we are also celebrating Teacher Appreciation Day at the Isotopes on September 5th.
And 20
Same day.
years, or 20 years.
And
of
the 20 years of Christine Duncan
Anniversary.
anniversary. Always late. So we'll be celebrating our 20th year anniversary at the Isotopes game during the Teacher Appreciation Day on September 5th in that evening. So let us know if you're interested in attending so we can get you a ticket.
And again, could you put that also in the same email maybe?
Same email.
And we are going to wear that t-shirt.
And we got shirts, so before you leave, let me know your size so you can take a nice purple shirt.
And we are going to wear that.
And
day.
we are wearing those at the Isotopes game on that night.
All right, thank you.
Dan,
I think that'd be
let
fine.
me know if you want to join us.
Sounds good. Send me the info and I'll try to get on my calendar.
And
And Dr. Moncada, I think, I think just to protect ourselves, just
yes,
post because it's also the game if 5 of us are at. So I would just put on our website for that day that there are several activities at the school and there may be a board quorum, but we are not taking any business items.
Yeah, you can just do the notice of potential quorum,
There's
Okay.
potential quorum, yeah.
Dr. Moncada.
cool. Daniel, what size of t-shirt do you want?
I'm an XL.
Okay, you got it. When are you coming?
Just when will you have it? You have them already?
I have them all.
I'll try to make time out. I'm sick still, but
But you feel
Right.
better, we'll save it here for you. And
Yeah.
then so you can tour the property, we've done a lot of great things.
No, I want to see it. I'm excited. And it's cool to see that you have that full, all the space now, so.
I'm gonna lose weight walking from the north side to the south side.
That's good.
I need a golf cart to drive.
All right, do we have any other recommendations for agenda items for September meeting?
I think we should have our CEO give us a report, and I'll work with him on the structure of that.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez.
Nothing else from me.
All right,
Thank you.
anything else from the governing council here? Well, it is now 7:02 PM, and we're going to adjourn the August meeting of the Defeat Duncan Heritage County Governing Council. Thank you all.
Right, thank you, everyone. I'm logging you all off.
Good night, everyone.
Have a great evening.
Good night, everyone.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.